Hello everybody, I am back with another mini what I eat in a week. So this past week I filmed the making of one low effort vegan meal a day, bringing you 7 improvised but tasty recipe ideas. Once again, I didn't start filming this on a Monday for some reason, but you know, what's time anyway? So this morning began with a cherry smoothie. For this, I let some cashews soak in a bowl of water overnight in my fridge. So I'm draining those here and adding them to my blender. Check out these cute silicone measuring cups that my mom got me for Saint Nicholas Day. I think she found them at DM. So here I'm adding about a cup of frozen cherries, a tablespoon of vanilla protein powder, some flax seeds, a couple soft dates, and some soy milk. So no bananas involved in this one. I topped it all off with lots of this tasty dark chocolate granola from Natura, some hemp seeds, and more of that granola. Das war so geplant.
Ja, ich wollte einen kompletten Breakdown haben, weil dieser Kuchen nichts geworden ist und ich nur noch eine halbe Stunde Zeit hatte, zu meiner Karte zu fahren.
So these are some whole wheat flatbreads that Ati made for us, topped with a vegan cream cheese base, olive and tomatoes, or red cabbage, and pan-fried tofu. Also, I don't know what I love more, the vegan eggnogs Ati made, or this gift she drew of Dumbledore giving out boyfriends for Christmas. Moving on to Wednesday, where I made a super simple, delicious, nutritious raw salad, inspired by the one my mom likes to make. To my food processor, I added a small head of broccoli that I had roughly cut into chunks, as well as half of a small cauliflower. I only blended this for like 10 seconds, then transferred it to a large mixing bowl. Then I grabbed an apple and some carrots, shredded both, added the shreds to the other vegetables, as well as some frozen herbs, alongside a dressing consisting of white wine vinegar, olive oil, date syrup, some ras el hanout seasoning, salt, and a bit of water. Now my mom would tell you to let this sit in the fridge for 3 hours. I let it rest for only 10 minutes. In the meantime, I toasted up some bread in a skillet without oil on medium-high for like 2 minutes on each side because I don't have a toaster, and as my toast was toasting, a package arrived for me. This is not sponsored or anything. It was Instagram ads that made me buy this. A kilogram of peanut butter and this candied almond butter. I spread some hummus on my toast and sprinkled over some nutritional yeast, and that was that. I also added some sriracha and balsamic glaze to my bowl. On to day number 3. For breakfast, I made some banana and oat cookies, pan-fried them, and ate them like cereal. So here's me mashing up a banana until it reaches egg-like consistency. To that, I added about a cup of small-cut oats, a pinch of salt, some flax seeds, and cinnamon. Mix that all up with a spoon first and then eventually with my hands. Then I formed little cookies out of this mix. Brought a medium-sized skillet with some coconut oil to medium-high, and once it was hot, added the bites. Flipping those after 2 to 3 minutes, I added some of those to my breakfast bowl, along with 2 spoonfuls of my new bucket of peanut butter. If you're a fan of really dark roasted peanut butter, then this one's definitely one to check out. I also added some soy milk. I'm very certain this is the least aesthetically pleasing breakfast I've made on here, but don't judge it for its looks. It's very yummy. It has that banana bread with peanut butter flavor to it. One thing I would change next time though is making the bites a bit smaller so they would fit on my spoon. Friday's lunch was amazing, show-stopping, spectacular. It was this super simple garlic and lemon pasta, inspired by something my friend Julie made for me recently. Finally chop up 2 cloves of garlic and bring a pot with water up to a boil. Add a tablespoon of olive oil or a tablespoon of vegan butter to a small to medium-sized skillet, and you're going to add the chopped garlic to the cold oil right away and then bring everything up to medium heat. It is so easy to burn garlic, and that's not what we want to do, so keep the heat on medium or even medium low and let it sizzle for 1 to 2 minutes while stirring it a bit here and there. Then you're going to add some soy cream to this. Mix that in and then add your lemon zest, some lemon juice, about a tablespoon of nutritional yeast, and some salt. Let it keep simmering for 3 to 5 minutes until it's thickened up quite a bit, and make sure to stir frequently throughout. Then add your pasta and combine everything. Taste test, adjust anything if needed. I ended up adding a bit of turmeric for some natural yellow food coloring, and also a bit of agave to cut through the sourness of the lemon. In case you also want to adjust the consistency and make it a bit more thin, then add some unsweetened soy milk. Nice, now let's move on to Saturday's dinner, which was a cozy, satisfying and lazy bean and veggie stew. I cut a block of smoked tofu and a medium-sized sweet potato, both into bite-sized pieces, and added everything to a big skillet, followed by half a can of rinsed chickpeas, half a can of kidney beans, some vegetable broth, and some store-bought marinara sauce. Mix it all up and bring it to a simmer. Let it cook on medium for about 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. Then I mixed in some frozen vegetables and some frozen herbs and let this cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Taste test and see if you like it. Adjust anything if needed. You can add a bit more water to thin it out. And yeah, obviously this will taste a bit different depending on which type of marinara sauce you use, so make sure you use one that you like. I sprinkled over some nutritional yeast, and yeah, this was such a cozy self-care kind of evening. On to Sunday's breakfast, where I made this baked apple oatmeal. First off, since I don't have a microwave, I preheated my oven to 180 degrees, and then I chopped up half of an apple. Then I combined the following ingredients: small cut oats, chia seeds, a bit of salt, cinnamon, and some baking powder. Then I added some rice syrup. You could use any other liquid sweetener instead. Some applesauce, some vanilla, and a bit of non-dairy milk. And lastly, add your apple chunks. If the bowl that you've just used happens to be oven-proof, you can continue on with that one. I switched to a different bowl here because I also wanted to be able to flip the cake out onto a plate later, and therefore I greased it with a bit of coconut oil before adding the batter. Make sure to smooth out the top, kind of press the mixture into the bowl a bit, and then bake this for 18 to 22 minutes, or until firm and golden brown. Let it cool for about 10 minutes before serving. If anyone out there tries this with a microwave, please let me know in the comments how it went. I had this with some vegan yogurt and some of the newly acquired peanut butter. Last but not least, for Monday's lunch, I had a tasty cream cheese and spinach sandwich. So for the cream cheese, I grabbed my food processor and blended up the following things: some plain basic tofu salt, some white wine vinegar, and some nutritional yeast. Also a bit of soy milk to adjust the consistency. And then as for the spinach, I first sauteed some frozen onion in a bit of olive oil in a small skillet for like 3 minutes on medium heat, and then I added lots of baby spinach, sauteed that for another 2 to 3 minutes, and squeezed over some lemon juice. Feel free to season this as well. I was happy with the lemon juice only. Then to assemble everything, I grabbed my toasts, added a generous layer of the tofu mix, followed by the spinach and onion. This was so simple, but very, very yummy. If you ever find yourself trying any of these ideas, Let me know how it goes. Also, feel free to leave a current favorite low effort recipe idea in the comments, and I might try it in a future video. Thank you so much for being here, watching, commenting. I really appreciate it. Until next time, bye!
Touch and roll, barely touch my phone. Is it too much for you? Is it too much for you? Groupie love.